Namaste. Good day to you, yogis and yoginis. Welcome once again to Yoga with Vic. And today we're ready to do very mild flow. I always tell you, listen to your body. And my body's telling me today to take it easy. I got some issues with my rotator cuff, with my lower back, whatever happened there. So I thought, I'm just going to do something mild, caring and loving for my body, and I'm going to share it with you because I'm sure some of you might have those days that you are like, oh, I can't practice today. Well, you can practice every day, just adapt it to the way your body feels. So without further ado, let's carry on and get started. So cross-leg position, whatever works for you. Can be this, can be Vajrasana on your knees, whatever you feel like doing. Close your eyes, put your hands on your knees. If you're in Vajrasana, you can also put your hands on your knees. Close your eyes, relax your shoulders away from ears. Let's just concentrate a little bit on the breath, just to come down, to arrive, to set our intention for the day, for the practice. What is it that you want today? What is it that you want to achieve? And we're not talking about big goals. We're just talking about what is it that you want to feel during the day. Is it a focus? Is it a happiness, joy, connection? Whatever it is that you want to feel today, bring it to your practice, bring it to your mat. Let's take a big inhale together. Big exhale through the mouth. And let go whatever doesn't serve you. Take another big inhale. Deep, 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 deep. Another big exhale through the mouth. Make some noise if needed. Let it all go. Get rid of anything that is not going to help you today. A third one. You can even make a lion's breath, shout it out, whatever works for you. Just let it all go. Okay, now let's do a little bit of breathing. Let's do in for 4. Let's hold for a couple of seconds if you're not pregnant or you don't have issues with your blood pressure. And then let's go out for 6 and hold for another 1 or 2. And try to slow down. So inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on for 1, 2. Exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hang on in there. Empty. 1, 2. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Full lungs. 1, 2. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty lungs for 1, 2. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang in there for 1, 2. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty lungs for 1, 2. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Full lungs. 1, 2. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So observe your empty lungs for 1, 2. Last one. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Full chest. 1, 2. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Empty lungs for 1, 2. And let it go. You can slowly open your eyes with a big smile. And as we are, let's do a few circles. We can start clockwise or anti-clockwise. I just start anti-clockwise. It really doesn't matter. And we start small, like we're staring apart, and we grow bigger and bigger and bigger. always listening to your body, however your spine feels today. Remember, you're based, imagine this is your seat bones, so you're really rotating around your seat bones. So imagine your spine is like a little spoon or is a big spoon, and then you're just going around. You can just lean on your hands, and then you can also just use your hands as a little bit of a hook so you don't fall backwards. So keep stirring. Oh, and feel all the muscles just moving around. You can also close your eyes and concentrate on what's happening around, you know, how your muscles are stretching on one side, on the other, how you're feeling. And now let's go towards the other side, whatever side you were doing, just turn around and let's see how it feels on this side. Pair it up with you can pair it up with the inhales and exhales. So exhale, inhale, exhale. When you go back, like when you do a cat, inhale. When you come to the front, when you do a cow, and keep going. I just love closing my eyes because then I feel everything that is happening around. You can go all the way as low as you want and come back and do a bit of a cat. You know, you can also just hang in there and keep turning around. We're just mobilizing the spine, awakening everything around the spinal erectors, the waist, even the hips, because we're based on the hips, and even a little bit the shoulders, just with a bit of movement. Okay, let's go to the center. There's some mild side bends. So right hand to the right, left hand to the sky, palm looking up. And now we're going to go with the palm looking towards the floor, and we're going to bend to the side as much as you can. And we're just going to really stretch the side body. All the intercostals, the waist down to the hip. And try to stretch. If you want to even go down, 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 almost touching or even touching, as long as you don't just lift your hip, the hip has to be on the floor, the seat bone has to be touching. But if your elbow arrives to the floor, just make sure there's a big stretch. Stretch, try to reach as far as possible. And breathe. Feel the air going through your left lung here, expanding, finding some of these spaces in the intercostals that tend to very much cramp up and get really tight, especially under stress. Okay, let's go up again towards the center. Stretch yourself. Try to reach with both hands to the sky, to the ceiling. Feel again the spinal erectors, the back, really reaching high. And the shoulders already just pushing up. And let's do the other side. So left hand goes to the floor, right palm goes looking down now. And we're starting to stretch the right side body. And if you think this is enough, stay there. If you think, oh, I can go a bit lower, remember the sit bones stay glued to the mat. And just however it feels, absolutely blissful, because you're stretching all the way from the hip, all the side body, the side of the leg, the intercostals, and even the arms, the shoulders, everything is getting a beautiful stretch. Because we said we're going to take it easy. So don't push yourself incredibly too much, because it's about feeling good, not about just making yourself injured again. Okay, let's go back to the center. That felt really good. And let's go to sit down in Vajrasana. If you're not sitting in Vajrasana, I'm actually going to face you because it's going to be easier to see. Okay, so we're sitting in Vajrasana in hero pose. So if you want to put a block, I've got my blocks here, just to show you. If you want to put a block because you feel better, you can put it on a medium height or the lower height because you think, oh, it helps me to sit in Vajrasana. Feel free. I'm just not going to use it for today. And we're going to do a little bit of shoulder work. So let's start isolating the shoulders. So we're going to start, first of all, bringing them up to the ears, which is something that I will say, don't bring them up with the ears, but it's just to feel some tension and then relax. So bring them up to the ears as much as possible, just to build up some tension. And then relax, let them just flop, go down. And again, bring them up to the ears as high as you can. See, I've got a tendency to close my eyes. And drop them. Inhale. Bring them up. Tension, tension, tension. And then relax. Awesome. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to do some circles. And we are feeling, okay, let me just show you. We're going to move the shoulders and try not to move the spine. So we're going to isolate the shoulders. So it's not going to be like this, not to start with. We're just going to try to move just the shoulders. So focus on not moving the spine and rotating the shoulders backwards. So focus on making the circles. You can start small and then try to make them as big as possible. Just reaching, as we were doing right now, up to the ears, and then going back, using the trapezius, the rhomboids, just opening up the chest as much as you can, and then going down, dropping them out like you were really having a heavy weight on your hands, and then towards the front, and then back again. So we're here trying to find that mobility in the shoulders, the mobility range as wide as possible, and then we're going to go forward. So again, move towards the other direction, this time to the front. Again, very high up, very much as you can, doing a little bit of a cat pose here, the cat back, and then keep moving. And let's see how the shoulders are feeling. When you go backwards, there's obviously a retraction of the shoulder blades. They're coming together, and we go forwards, there's a protraction. So they really separate. So feel those shoulder blades getting together and then really separating. And now we're just going to get it a bit looser. So we're just going to go and use the back a little bit more. So we're going to start putting the spine into the mix. So go backwards and feel that cow and feel that cat. So shoulders, but also spine comes into the motion. Now let's see how it goes. So you can see from the side that before it was just the shoulders, now I'm just moving everything. So this is coming a little bit of a cow pose, and then we go into a cat pose with the shoulders separating, the shoulder blades getting separated, and now coming together. So feel however it goes, just move. Just let it go, and now let's go forwards. And again, just let it move a little bit free. Just find that huge, bit, very, very wide range of motion. So, like one of those old trains, the choo-choo trains. Not for them, I've never seen one of those beautiful old steam trains. This motion. And maybe if you're 20, that doesn't ring a bell, but you're kind of close to my age, you probably know what I'm talking about. So the choo-choo trains. And now we're going to do the choo-choo trains with both shoulders, but just going completely wild. Or just, if it's not a choo-choo train, it's going to be like a go-go. So whatever you want to use as your beautiful image, we're just going to move, alternating. So you can bring on your beautiful music, whatever you want to bring into your 80s, your 90s, or your 2000s. But let's start moving, alternating the shoulders. So let it flow, let it go. Going again as high and as far as possible. So that beautiful range of motion and alternate. And just feel it. And also bring the spine into the mix. So if you see me from the front, just move it, move it, move it. I want to move it, move it. I want to move it, move it. That's a bit fast. I want to move it, move it. I want to move it. Let's go to the front. Okay, go again to the side so you can see the movement. Let's go to the front. And let's keep moving. Awesome. Okay, cool. Let's go to all fours. And let's combine cats and cows with child poses. Well, it's going to do a bit of everything, a bit of different moves today. So we're going to start again with cats and cows, and let's really exaggerate the moves because we really want to mobilize the spine. So remember, shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. In all fours, open your hands, find a real stable base. Feet are pointing out, so not tucked or anything. And then we're going to go down with our belly, stretching as much as possible, pointing the tailbone, looking forward. And I'm looking at my beautiful chest of drawers that says your only limit is you, which is completely true. And even if you're injured or feeling pain, this is your only limit, whatever you decide to do. Anyway, we're in cow. Remember, the belly goes down, so there's a huge curve of the spine downwards, like a big smiley. You look forward, you're separating, you're keeping away from the floor, so you're pushing yourself away. So your shoulder blades are actually coming together. The chest is going through the gateway of your arms somehow. Not too much, but that's the move. And you will see that if you push forward the chest, there will be more of your spine going down and more extension of the spine. And then we're going to go slowly to cat. And exhale. Arch, arch, arch. Shoulders are out, separating shoulder blades are coming as far as possible. You're pushing away big time from the floor, creating that extension of the spine. We did flexion before, now we're extending. And the tailbone comes towards your face. So imagine your little tail is like going down and coming towards you. So you're not like a happy cat with a tail going up. You're more like a grumpy dog with a tail between the legs. And remember that the navel goes really nailed towards the spine. Feel the stretch. Also, your back muscles, the shoulders. It doesn't mean you have to hold your breath here. You keep breathing because it's not just one inhale that we're doing here. We're trying to find all these little nuances, all these little small difference, and everything that is happening in your body. Let's go to cat. Let's go to cow. And again, imagine someone that is not too heavy if I'm feeling it, is sitting down on your back, so you're really bending, or you're like a swing. So someone is going to be swinging on your back. And as I normally say, this is a bridge, and this is a tunnel when we go to cat. So imagine there's a big track with a lot of load coming through, so you need to make space so the belly really, really goes very close to the backbone, to the spine. Like there's no space in here. So inhale, go for your cow. Exhale, empty your belly. And it goes towards your spine. And find that extension. Find that, those muscles on the back to really find a lot of space. inhale, go to your cow, belly heavy, exhale, belly lifting. Imagine your balloons lifting the belly, going up, go towards the sky. And let's go to neutral. And let's combine that. And let's go a little bit of move. So let's go cat pose. And from cat pose, we're going to go towards the back, going towards a child's pose. So, of course, we cannot keep the cat so much because we're extending here. But we're going to come, inhale, exhale, and then we come here, and with an inhale, we go to cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale and exhale, cat. Inhale, child's pose. Exhale, inhale, cow. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, exhale, cat. Go backwards, inhale, child's pose, push yourself away, exhale, inhale, come to cow, exhale, child's pose, push yourself towards the back, inhale, exhale, cat. And now we're going to just go a little bit wilder or free or whatever you want to feel. And let's start doing, for instance, cat. Come to the back and push yourself forward in a cow position and come up. Exhale, push yourself towards the back. Inhale, drag yourself a little bit and do a cow. Exhale, push yourself backwards. Inhale, go forward and do a cow. Exhale, round the spine towards the ceiling, come towards the back, and let's do this the other way around. So we're here in child's pose and inhale, exhale, come up to cat. Exhale, come back to cow and inhale, come forward. Exhale to cat. Inhale to cow and push yourself backwards. Exhale, cat. Go up towards the sky. Inhale, cow, but you're also going back and stretching yourself. As free as you want to go. I mean, also if you want to find some lateral movements, you can also do some sort of cat-cow with a bit of circles, putting also the hips into the mix. And let's turn around to the other side or whatever side you were doing. I'm now going anti-clockwise. And the idea is, again, you have a little bit of a cat and cow movement. So you're sticking the tailbone once time and then you're lifting the spine the next one. Again, a bit of cow here and a bit of cat. When you come back, you're also stretching the shoulders and using pretty much a lot of muscles here. Okay, and now you can just go wild and do maybe like little 8s. So you go to one side and then come to the other side and then to the right, then left, a little bit of an 8 shape or infinite, and then to the other side. Free to move however you want, and then we can change the direction. So left, right, we go back to the left and then back to the right and keep moving. There's a little bit of a freestyle. And again, it's just inviting you to close your eyes if you want, because it feels like you really turn inwards. And you can feel that movement. There's no right or wrong. It's just a matter of feeling good. Okay, let's go back again to all fours. And we're going to do again this movement back and forward. So child's pose. Stay there in child's pose for one breath. Toes can be together. It can be slightly separated because we're going to be moving back and forth. And then from here, we're going to go up, rounding the spine like a cat pose. And then we're going to go towards the front. We're separating the feet because we're going to find a high cobra here. And there's an intense back bend here. So be careful whatever you do. And then we go again through cat, and then child's pose. Coming up, exhale to cat, and inhale, separating the feet to your cobra. Look up, even if you have all the hair in front of your face like I do, and then exhale. Spine goes up, child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, go through cow. Inhale. Go towards cobra, separating the feet as wide as you want. And look up. And feel the spine really going down. I mean, now your hips are almost touching the floor. Your pubic bone definitely is. Inhale. Exhale, go up to cat again. And go down. Child's pose. Inhale. Exhale, go through cat. And cobra, separating the hands. And let's stay in cobra here for a little while. If this feels too intense, you can also go down a little bit and go more towards the Sphinx. I'm needing a little bit of stretch in my back. I'm just going to stay in cobra. Your feet can be as separate as you want. They can be closer together, but it feels great for me to separate my feet today. So that's the way I'm going to feel it. And just feel the stretch in your spine. If you need to engage the glutes a little bit, you can do so. However feels great. Remember, listen to your body and what it needs at this very, very moment. Not what you did today, yesterday, or what it will do tomorrow. It's what it needs tonight. We're also stretching a little bit the hip flexors here. If you're having a wild cobra like I am. So finding space also in the spine and in the muscles around the hips. Okay, let's go down. Just go up to all fours. And from here, we're going to go to downward dog. So tuck the toes, hands very strong, open fingers, and go to downward dog. Downward dog, let's pedal the feet, is our first downward dog. And we're just going to pass by. But let's take a moment just to enjoy downward dog. Remember, hips go really up and towards the back. So don't push your body and your weight on the front, but on the back. Imagine you've got your best friend pushing your hips towards the back. They can be pushing from the front or just pushing the back. But we're trying to also extend the back of the thighs, the hamstrings, so you can pedal as much as you want. Bend the knees a little bit, because it might be morning for you like it is for me, so you don't want to start stretching yourself too much and having a cramp or even worse. So make sure you know your spine is also really getting a good stretch. Your shoulders are slightly rotating outwards. You're looking between your thighs, and again, you can alternate. Touch with one of the heels if you reach, and if you don't reach, it's totally fine. I don't reach with both, and that's not the goal. The goal is just to extend spine and to get some stretch in the back of the legs. Okay, from here we're going to lift the right leg a little bit, and we're going to put it outside of the right hand. And so far we're not going to touch the floor. We're going to stay here in our lizard pose. And from here, again, push yourself away from the mat as much as possible. And let's do a bit of move. So we're going to go from left to right, left and right. And yes, we're giving a little bit of love to the hip flexor, the left one in this case, and also opening the hip, giving some love to the right hip. By moving, swaying slightly, one side to the other. And open a little bit more. You can open like a little wing here. So we're giving the hip a little bit more stretch. And if it's too much, just stay where you were before. But if you can, open, just leaning on the outside of the right foot. And you can also push with your hand a little bit on the right knee. This is a big opening for the hips. And if you have lower back pain, it's very likely that it's associated to that. Okay, awesome. Now we're going to put the knee on the floor. So if you need to pad and put something underneath, point the toes. And from here, we're going to also do some movements side to side, but we're going to exaggerate the moves now a little bit more. So we're going to come towards the right and stretch a bit more the psoas, the hip flexor. And now we're going to come towards the left. So walk yourself a little bit towards the left and really swing around and go towards the exterior part of your left leg. So there's more rotation move here. So we come again towards the right side of the mat. And now come towards the left, also pushing the hip towards the floor. So there's movement, and also this part of the legs getting a big stretch. The IT band. Go right, go left, and we can even stay a little bit longer here. Just lean on that part of the leg and feel the stretch also of the side of legs, the abdominals. And come back to the center. And let's go back again. And feel that stretch. Let's go towards the right. Let's go to the left. And here we go again, right to the center. And if we're in the center, you can also push now a little bit more the right foot towards the center. And we're going to extend the right arm towards the sky in a big twist. So now we're getting the spine also into the mix. And again, those spinal erectors that have been working all the time, they're doing a little bit of work too. So let's do that spinal twist that feels really blissful. And again, a huge extension of the hip flexor. And if you're like, okay, I'm brave, I'm going to bend the right knee. Sorry, this is the left knee. I'm so confused when I'm doing all this twist. And try to grab it. And then we can do a little bit of the stretch of the left quad. A little bit or a lot of the stretch, because it can feel very intense. And breathe. And if you don't reach, you can just hang in there. You can also lasso it and use a little strap. But this is an amazing stretch for the quadriceps. You can just bring your foot towards your glutes until you think, oh, this is enough, which is what just happened to me. And then just release. Go with both hands to the front. And let's heel toe the right foot towards the left. Dun, dun, dun. And you can guess where we're going. Yes, we're going to go towards the pigeon. But first, a couple of things. So now you're very much, I mean, your shin doesn't need to be parallel to the mat. As I've always said, you can also pat your right hip and put something underneath if it's going towards the right too much. Because if your hip is like mine and it's not super flexible, being parallel to the mat is just impossible. It won't happen. So just Put it wherever is comfortable. I can put it even close to the groin, which is fine. And try to feel, you know, like both hips are pretty much parallel to each other. So you're not going too much towards the side. So look at the front, and you can just push yourself a little bit with your hands on your knee. If you have your hand, I mean, if your foot is more parallel to the mat, you can push it with both. But I'm just going to use my knee as a prop. Try to get as straight as possible. Like very, very present, very proud. And then we're going to try to lift both hands, which with my back pain is going to be challenging, but why not? Oh, it's okay. Find that extension. Oh, try to go a little bit of backwards, so a bit of a back bend here. See how it feels. Feel the small moves. You can also grab your hands if you want, do like a stipple mudra, and try to push yourself backwards and really extend the spine. Take a couple of breaths. Oh, it actually feels really good now. I feel like I'm really finding new spaces. Okay, go down. And from here, let's go very slowly downwards and get yourself towards the floor. If like this is perfect on your hands, stay in your hands. If you prefer to go on your elbows, elbows are beautiful. Just stay there. You can put a prop, you can put a block or a bolster, something underneath your forehead. And if you want to go all the way down and make a little pillow with your forearms, do so. Or if you want to reach all the way down to the floor, that's also fine. I'm going to use my little pillow forearms here now today because it feels good. And take some breaths. Remember, for pitching, you can always pad the hips. You can put something underneath your hip. If it's a block, it might be a bit hard, but also you can use a blanket, a little bolster, a towel, anything that props up the hip and keeps you more steady and more centered. And breathe and feel how wonderful and blissful it is. Oh, I love pigeon, and it's so good also for those who have this sciatica nerve pinch for whatever reason. And it happens very often, especially when you have small children and you have to carry them all the time, or you are doing a lot of physical work. So slowly, let's go up. So come up. Ah, this feels so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. Okay, just give yourself a little bit of sway. See how it feels. Ah, the hips are yawning and enjoying the morning. I'm sure yours are too. And from here, tuck the toes, lift the knee, and let's go to downward dog again. Ah, pedal the feet. Probably your right knee is like a bit cramped now after all the folding that we've been doing. And now we lift the left leg, and it's going to come outside of the left hand. And remember, we don't go all the way to the floor yet, not yet. It will come later. And now it's going to sway right and left. So sway the hips to the right and sway them to the left. Let's see how the range of movement is. Let's see how they feel. Just listen to what your body's telling you right now. And if you want and it feels good, you can go on the outside of your left foot now, like a wind dragon. And then you can go a little bit more towards the left. Put the weight a bit heavier there. Keep swaying right and left. Opening the hip a little bit more. Right and left. And open, open, open. And if it feels good, if it doesn't feel good, just keep the foot flat on the floor. Again, entirely up to you. We're just opening the hips here. A major factor for back pain, so we want to avoid that. And also a great release for emotions. We store all the emotions in the hips, and the shoulders too, but because hips are the biggest joint, they tend to stay there. So the more we open them, the more we release, especially negative emotions, anger, sadness. So opening the hips is opening Pandora's box sometimes. Awesome. Okay, let's go back to the flat foot, and the knee comes to the floor. Point the toes, so untuck them. And now we're going to go with the hand outside of the hip, extend the spine, and let's also move back and forth, right and left. So again, what we were doing with the knee up, let's go, but because we're already on the floor, we can go a little bit further. So we go towards the left, and now we go towards the right, and we'll do the sway completely to the right in a moment. So far we're testing how our right hip flexor is feeling. And now we can put both hands inside, and then you can go towards the right as much as you can, trying to reach the hip towards the floor, and you're leaning on the outside of your right thigh. And then let's go to the left, and let's come up to the right again. Again, twist, 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 and feel that extension. Oh, it feels really good. Intense, but good. Okay, let's come to the center, and then let's feel that. And if it feels good, you can also push yourself a little bit. Oh, stay there. Oh, yes. Always remember to listen to your body, and if it feels good, just stay. If it feels painful, obviously don't stay. Just push back a little bit and go towards where it feels good. I mean, it's a bit of a stretch, but not pain. Remember, discomfort is fine, pain is not. Okay, we're going to go back to the center. We're going to come with the right hand, the left hand now. I always get confused. You should know by now if you've been practicing with me lately. Right hand, left hand goes up to the sky. You're actually leaning on the right hand. Let's do that twist. Try to twist as much as possible. And if it feels great and you think this is my thing today, start bending the right knee. So pointing the toes up, and then go and reach. Where are you? There you go. And try to reach your right foot with your left hand. This is a very intense quad stretch. Ah, and I can feel it. I can feel it. And my fingers can feel it in my toes. Oh, but I don't know about you, but quad is something that we use all the time, even if we just walk or just go up the stairs, and we always forget to stretch. And it is a major cause of also lower back pain, because it just tends to get really shortened. And that's when I feel it. I mean, I feel it's really, really shortened. And try to bring your right foot towards the glutes. Oh, that's intense. A little bit. Oh, and then release. Wow, that was pretty strong. I'm here. Let's heel toe the left foot towards the right side of the mat. Again, the shin doesn't have to be parallel to the floor. You can also pad your left hip and keep the knee towards the floor, the right knee that is, and push yourself up to a degree that is comfortable. And as I said, the foot can be just next to the groin. It doesn't have to be really open. And you can push yourself from the left knee up. You can also put your right hand on your left toes, foot, inner arch, whatever works, or both on the left knee. Whatever works for you. The idea is to just get the spine up, stretch it, arch the back. You can engage the glutes. That will help you protect your back, the lower part of it. And if you want to try, you can go with your arms up. You can get a simple mudra and arch. That might be quite strenuous. The spinal erectors are really working the lower back. There's a lot of engagement here of the back muscles. So it might not work for you if you think this is not for me. Just keep doing what you were doing. And then go down and start going towards your beautiful pigeon or sleeping swan, as we call it in yin. And again, you can be on your elbows and forearms. You can make a little pillow with your arms. You can use a prop, whether there's a cushion, a bolster, a block, or you can just put your forehead on the floor and extend your arms. That feels good. Just feel the pigeon that is good for you, and that works. For me, this side somehow feels better if I go down to the floor. Every side is personal. Every day works differently. So do what you feel like doing today. And here we're really stretching the piriform, the whole glute. It feels absolutely fantastic, at least to me. Although I remember it was quite a hard one at the beginning when I started doing pigeon, but because I insisted so much on putting the shin parallel, and that doesn't work if your knee is not really super flexible, which is not my case in most cases. So don't get obsessed about shin parallel to the mat because it makes no sense. The focus here is on stretching all the glute, the piriform, internal rotation of the hip. And then very slowly start coming up. Lift the right leg and come to the initial position. You can point the toes. And here we are, back again. And from here, we're going to go up, back to all fours. That was pretty intense. Let's do a bit of circles, just freestyle. Again, feel those hips, release them. Go towards one side, and they're almost cracking. Go to the other side. Just again, stirring the pot. This is just to feel good. There's nothing apart from saying, okay, it's great. I loved it. Okay, cool. Okay, child's pose. Give yourself a big stretch. Stretch the shoulders as much as you can ahead of you. Just walk with the fingers and try to reach as far as you can in the mat. So we have that huge extension, all the muscles in the back. And your glutes are going towards your heels. So there's those two opposition moves. The glutes go down and the shoulders extend as much as possible towards the front of the mat. So suddenly you're gaining a couple of centimeters of length. You're going to be taller after this class. You're definitely going to find some new spaces. Okay, come up to all fours. Cross your feet in front of you. Let's stretch the legs ahead of us. And the left foot goes to the inner thigh of the right thigh, the right leg. And we come up. Stretch as much as you can. If you want to prop up the left knee, that's okay. If that feels good, this one is okay for me. Just come up and let's go down towards the leg. It doesn't have to go all the way down. You can grab your shin, you can grab your ankle, you can grab your sole. The important thing is you're not hunching. This is not the intention. The intention is to extend the spine. Again, we're finding new spaces. We're not just trying to do weird things. And it's not a competition, not even with yourself. It's a practice. Yoga is a practice, not a performance. You want to, every time you exhale, you can give yourself a little bit more of a bend, a bit more extension. And we come up. We're going to do something slightly different. We're going to grab with the right hand the right inner arch, and we're going to try to go down to the side and extend your arm, left arm, and try to reach your foot. So this is more a side extension. And my foot is here. Okay, so we are just trying to, the chest, the left chest is opening up, and the right chest is going to try to go over the right thigh. So we're finding this really, really intense side extension of the left body. Oh, but it feels so good. And if you don't reach, it's fine. You just kind of hang in there. Or you can just put your hand behind your skull. Oops, I lost it again. And make everything with a smile. It just feels so much better. Oh, this feels so good. Okay, awesome. Come up again. And let's change to the other side. So extend both legs ahead of you. The right foot comes in the inner thigh of the left leg. Again, if you want to prop yourself up here, fantastic. Let's go up, reach up to the sky, to the heavens, to the ceiling, whatever you are. Today I'm indoors. It's raining today in Dubai, believe it or not. And let's fold, 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 fold. You grab your shin, you grab your ankle, your sole, extend the spine. Oh, feel proud. It's not about hiding like a turtle. It's about feeling proud and extending. And you can lower every time you exhale a little bit more, extend and find some length. Oh, yes. And as I said before, prop up your right knee if needed. If you feel that there's a lot of tension, always find a blanket, a bolster, a block, a book, whatever you have. And try to find that extension of the spine, that length. Oh, yes. Awesome. Let's go back again. And again, we're going to grab with the left hand, the interior of the foot. Right hand goes up to the sky. Now we're going to go extending sideways. So we're going to, the right chest is going to go upwards and outwards. And we're going to go down and try to reach with your right hand, your left foot. It doesn't need to reach. It's not the aim. The aim is just to really extend the lateral side of the body. So if you reach, is fine. I mean, you can also put your elbow, your forearm on the floor inside of your leg. And then reach. You reach your toes. Grab 1, 2, all of them. And find that super extension of the side body. From the hip to the obliques, the side abdominals, all the way to the intercostals, the arms, the shoulders, everything is getting a huge yawn here, a massive extension. Finding spaces that we normally tend to forget. We contract. We shrink. And we forget to emerge and be ourselves and find all the spaces that we have. We grade and we forget our greatness because we're shrinking our little tiny bodies eventually, and we have massive bodies and great bodies. Does that mean we're 500 tons? Oh, and it feels so good when you recover what is your space, because this is your space, you have to reclaim it. Okay, come up again. Oh, awesome. And extend both legs. You can move them a little bit, shimmy them a little bit, because now probably there's a little bit of flow that you need to move. Just let them be, let them go. We're going to put both feet together in a little bit of a butterfly. Who doesn't like a butterfly? Who doesn't love a butterfly? So bring your soles of feet together, close to your hips. You can walk yourself a little bit. It doesn't mean to, it doesn't have to be super close. This is diamond, this is butterfly. So we're doing butterfly right now. So open your feet like a book. You're going to read a book. And try to reach with your knees towards the floor. Sometimes like a little bit of bouncing is fine, but don't go crazy. It doesn't mean that you just go a little bit just to just to make sure that you're getting closer and closer to the floor. You know, we did karate and a lot of things. We used to have people standing in here. But that's when you're very flexible. If you're not, that's not a good idea because it's very painful and that'll probably cause a big injury. You can also use your elbows to prop yourself down, but remember, don't hunch, just extend your spine. Whatever you want to do, it's just the idea is opening your hips. Or if you're against the wall, that's also a good idea. So you prop yourself against the wall. And from here, because you're not going to go anywhere, you can also use your hands to prop yourself down. So push, push, push. But then only if you have a wall behind you. And whatever you do, just open the hips a little bit more. Extend your spine. Now you grab your ankles. Extend, extend, extend. Let's do a little bit of a cat pose here. Just extend the spine. And let's do a cat and a cow. And a couple more. That's a cat. Exhale. Push the belly towards the spine. Inhale, cow. Exhale. We're doing a lot of cats and cows today, aren't we? But that's good for the movement of the spine. Inhale. Exhale. And also moving a lot of the shoulders and using protection and retraction. Inhale. And go back to neutral. Extend the feet ahead of you. Let's go towards the back. And now we're going to do our final beautiful twist. So bring the right leg towards the chest. The right hand goes towards the exterior, so extend it to the side. And you push your right knee to the left and look right. So we're going to find this beautiful twist. And it doesn't have to touch the floor. You just push it towards the floor. Sometimes we reach. When we reach, we tend to come all the way. So it's not a good idea. Just try to glue your right shoulder to the floor and push as much as you can without lifting that shoulder. And find that spinal twist. And breathe it. And then we come back to the center. I could be there forever. I just love this twist. Well, you should know by now because I do them all the time. Change the leg. So the left leg comes to you, right leg straight, and left hand goes to the left, extending. Sorry, the block goes down. And we push the left knee towards the right side. And look, left. And remember to keep the left shoulders glued, the shoulder glued to the floor, and push, 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 push. Find that twist, and again, it doesn't need to reach the floor. The important thing is to find that spinal twist. So it's like a screw, like a screwdriver. What am I saying? Screwdriver, yeah. Screwdriver, whatever, you know what I mean, to open a bottle. Oh, it feels so great. Okay, come back to the center. Grab both knees. They come towards the chest. Okay, forehead towards the knees. Take a big inhale. Hold in there. Take another sip. And let it all go. And extend the legs on the mat. Palms go up. Shavasana. And feel the body. Remember the chin slightly tucked, so there's a neck extension here. It's not cranking. And feel how your body feels after all this opening of spaces, these mild and not so mild stretches. Do you have more opening in the hips? Do your shoulders feel more relaxed? Are the legs longer? Your spine should feel taller. There's a huge change from the beginning of the class until now. So just breathe it, feel it. Relax. Feel just your chest filling up with air and emptying. Your belly popping up also full of air. And going down to empty. And whenever you're ready, there's no rush. You can stay in Shavasana for 1 more minute, 2 more minutes, 5 more minutes. You can fall asleep, whatever feels good. Otherwise, you can start moving fingers and toes, coming back to life. You can stretch your arms overhead. Point your toes. Imagine you woke up again for the first time. And then you can go up to the side. I'm also yawning, literally. You can rock yourself up to standing again. And how it feels good. And come to cross-legged position. Spine erect, spine up. Hands in front of your chest, in front of your heart. Bow slightly the chin, go inwards in a gesture of gratitude. And be grateful for everything you've been able to do today. Mild or not mild. We were mild with our body, but we actually stretch a lot. Because our body can stretch to limits that we can't even imagine. And the aim is not to just stretch it as much as possible, but to stretch it to the point that is nice, comfortable, and it feels great. So I hope you felt great today. You can open your eyes, give yourself a huge smile, a big hug, because you deserve it. Always. Whenever you think, oh, no one to hug me around, I'm going to hug you. I really, really deserve it. Thank you so much again for being with me. I hope you feel more expanded, wider, longer, taller in everything, and especially a lot better. Thank you so much for being with me today. See you very shortly. Namaste.